Hi guys, and welcome to another video.
Glasses on still, mate.
Oh, you're right. I'm inside now. Sorry, mate. Hello and welcome to another video. My name's Mark. I'm an entrepreneur and property investor. And in today's video, we're going to be going through how my mum has lied to me all my life. But before we do that, what do you think of a new look studio? Pick it up, Nick. Come on, let's have a look. We've painted all the walls black. We've got loads of really good art coming very, very shortly. Can you show guys behind where the desks and everything have come in? We've got all these new desks. We've got new shelving. We've got lots and lots of props coming in. Better lighting.
Neon lights coming
the neon lights, yeah, and we've invested in some LED panels. We've invested in quite a lot of new technology. Nick, you've got a new camera.
Yeah.
How are you finding your new camera?
Oh man, this is the best camera.
Loads of new lenses, so we're going to be able to provide you with so much content, guys. We're really, really excited about that. But I want to get back to the video, and I want to get back to exactly how my mum has lied to me all my life, because I think it's a really good video. And I think a lot of these sayings, all of you are going to have heard at some point in your life by somebody who's close to you. Now, I want to dispel all the myths, and I want to give it from a wealth perspective, from somebody who's managed to create wealth from scratch, and I genuinely have. I wasn't born with money. I wasn't brought through or given a golden handshake. I had to work for everything. I built a taxi company, for God's sake. 70 hours a week, 80 hours a week for 15 years. This is how I grinded in order to create the foundations of my wealth. And from then, I've invested and I've managed to make millions. So guys, I'm going to share with you today how my mum's lied to me, and hopefully that's going to give you some insight on the limiting beliefs you may have been fed throughout your life. So I want to go through some of the common limiting beliefs and why I think that they might be holding you back and how they held me back in the past. So before we get into the video and before we get into some of these things, if you could possibly give it a big like, if you haven't already subscribed, please consider subscribing. Remember, we give away our dividend portfolio every single month. Nick, how much money did we give away this month? Well done. It was 40 quid, mate. But every month we give away money, and we're also tracking up here my house prices as they go up every month. And on Monday, I'm going to be releasing a new video because I know there's been a new report from Nationwide, and we'll be able to track the house prices in August and what they're becoming. Anyway, back to the limiting beliefs and how my mum has lied to me. So the first saying I've got up here is look after the pennies. And we can finish that off with Nick. Well done. And the pounds look after themselves. And the pounds look after themselves. So this I would rephrase, if I'm honest. It's look after the pennies and you might miss the millions. So you have to be a bit careful about where you're looking on your money. Now, is it worth me, as somebody who's worth many millions, looking after the pennies? Probably not. What about the pounds? Also, probably not. I need to look after the hundreds and thousands, and maybe the hundreds of thousands. But if you just look after the pennies, and as you grow, you keep looking at the pennies, you'll probably end up with pennies or pounds. So I would rephrase that to look after the pennies, and you might miss the millions. So make sure as you grow, you start looking after the right amount of money for your level of wealth. The next thing I've got on here is a pound saved is a pound earned. Well done, Nick. Shout a bit louder, let us all know. A pound saved is a pound earned. Again, this isn't the case. And it's ironic that I put this after look after the pennies, because they both allude to saving. But the reality is a pound saved is not worth a pound earned. It's actually more like £2 earned, because after you pay all your tax and everything else, and I think the real meaning behind this is that you need to make sure that when you're buying things, you're buying from the best possible price. So again, I would rephrase that as a pound saved is actually more than a pound earned, so make sure you're negotiating well when you're purchasing. The next one is saving makes you rich. No, it doesn't. It makes you poor. Inflation is constantly driving down the value of money in the bank. So again, we know that investing makes you rich, saving makes you poor. So I would suggest to anybody, if you're looking to save money, do it in an investment account. I think there's so many out there. There's lots and lots of platforms. I've done videos using Hargreaves Lansdown. In fact, my subscriber dividend portfolio is on Hargreaves Lansdown. It goes through exactly the index funds that we use. Do some research. It's not that scary. But I would say to anybody, get into investing rather than saving. My next saying, cash is
king.
Well done. It is king. No, cash isn't king at all. Cash flow is king. And I think that's the key thing. Cash flow is king. And I'm going to put that up there because cash flow is the most important thing. How much money is going to hit your bank account every month, month in, month out? If I had 100 grand and I just started eating away at that every month, eventually it would be gone. Cash would not be king in that scenario. Cash flow, on the other hand, if I had 10 grand a month hitting my account in a passive way from my investments, then that really does mean that I've got wealth for life. So for me, cash flow is king. Cash, I'm not subscribing to cash as trash, but I do think that cash flow is king. The next two sayings are a little bit more jovial, shall we say? The next two things are a little bit more jovial. I think the best things in life are
free.
And they're not. It does depend on who you're doing things with. Now, I've been and stayed in villas and holidays where it's £5,000 a night. I've been and stayed in holidays where it's less than £1,000 for 2 weeks, all inclusive. I can tell you which one's better. Now, that does not replace the fact that if you go with somebody who makes you miserable, you're probably going to have a miserable time. So the best things in life, in my opinion, are not free. I think that's a very, very poor mindset. People you do things with in life make the experience. And if I could rewrite that, I would rewrite it like that. Be careful who you give your time to. Make sure you build relationships with people who are worthy of your time. And that way, the best things in life will be enriched. But believe you me, the best cars in life are not the cheapest. The best holidays in life are not free. The best houses in life are not the cheapest. They are the most expensive. So the best things in life are probably the most expensive. Nick's laughing at me there. Right, good one, mate. Money is the root of all
Evil.
No, it's good. Money is the root of all good. I think greed is the root of all evil. Being greedy and being not willing to give is probably the root of all evil. And that goes when you've got nothing as well as when you've got a lot. I give a lot of my time. For example, with this YouTube channel, I'm doing a lot of stuff completely free of charge, giving away as much information as I possibly can, because I believe that I'm in a privileged position to be able to do that. I don't believe money is the root of all evil. I believe that the people who were evil, who have money, have more resources to do evil with. However, the people that were good, who have more money, have more resources to do good. So I think money is just an accelerator. It's something that allows you to be able to do more of whatever it is that you are. And for me, money has certainly allowed me to do more good. I've been able to give to more charities. I've been able to spend more time with my family. I'm able to provide a better life for my family and my friends. And I've been able to provide advice and assistance to people that has really enriched their lives. So my big belief is that money is the root of all good. The best things in life are actually quite often the most expensive things. Cash flow is king. Saving makes you poor. Investing makes you rich. A pound saved is well worth more than a pound earned. And don't look after the pennies if it means you miss the millions. Guys, I hope you've enjoyed this video. I've massively enjoyed putting it together for you. Let me know in the comments if there's any sayings that your parents said to you that I've missed out. I would love to read all of them, and I will make sure I reply to every comment. So guys, I'll see you next week. Thank you so much for watching. See you soon.